नहीं न जाने ओ समापतित प्रभु नाही त्रिभुवने। दन्ते तृणाधारी गौर डाकी है तुम्हारे कृपा करिए सो हमार हृदय मंदिरे। राधे दया न करिबे पतिता देखिया पतिता पावन किसरा लगिया। पौड़े चिभवतो पाने नाही को निस्तार श्री चरण तरणी दासे करो पौड़े भवतो। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दासरानुदास प्रार्थना करो ये सदा नरोत्तम दास। हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. गौरांग करुणाकर दीन हीन समापतितः प्रभु ताहि त्रिभुवने जय गौर हरि गौर हरि गौर हरि जय गौर हरि जय गौरानिधाय 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 जय गौरानिधाय जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमती डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरण अरविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य बीबीडी फाउंडर आचार्य सेवियर ऑफ द होल वर्ल्ड शिल प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर शिल प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की मथुरापुरी धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की भक्ति देवी की श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र की श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र मैया की श्री श्री निताय की ग्रंथराज श्री चैतन्य चरितामृत की श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा वेलकम टू our continuation of the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Ante Leela chapter 9th The deliverance of Gopinath Patnaik. We saw in last 2-3 classes how Gopinath Patnaik was caught by Purushottam Jana for his misappropriation of the government revenues. And then because he kind of joked with Purushottam Jana, the son of Prataprudra, he became very infuriated. And in exchange to teach him a lesson, he raised him to Changa. That means upward raised swords in order to rotating swords in order to kill this Gopinath Patnaik. And not only that, eventually it became a big affair, and other members of his family were also caught by the government people. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very much disturbed by all this, then it was Mahaprabhu became very upset. Ultimately, Kashi Mishra and Pratap Rudra sorted it out, so that we had reached up to that point. Raja, that means Pratap Rudra was informed by Kashi Mishra, it is not the Lord's desire that you forfeit the payment. He is unhappy only because the whole family is troubled. Kashi Mishra is telling King Prataprudra. The king replied, I had no desire to give pain to Gopinath Patanaik and his family, nor did I know about his being lifted onto the Changa to be thrown on the swords and killed. He sneered at Purushottam Jana. Therefore, the prince tried to scare him as a punishment. Go personally to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and keep him at Jagannath Puri with great attention. Because Mahaprabhu had threatened that I will leave Jagannath Puri. So, king is requesting Kashi Mishra, go to Lord personally and keep him in Jagannath Puri only. I shall excuse Gopinath Patanaik from all his dates. Kashi Mishra said, excusing Gopinath Patanaik of all his dates will make the Lord unhappy, for that is not his intention. So we had discussed up to 101st. Now we'll continue from 102nd. Please repeat. Raja kahe kaudi chhadi mu, iha na kahiba, sahaje mora priyatara, iha jana iba. The king said, I shall absolve Gopinath Patanaik of all his dates, but don't speak of this to the Lord. Simply let him know that all the family members of Bhavanand Rai, including Gopinath Patanaik, are naturally my dear friends. So this is not exactly Miss Kutinati on the part of King Prataprudra, that out of his affection for Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is going to forgive Gopinath Patnaik and his family members of all the misappropriation done. But it is so. Towards the end of this chapter, we'll come to know how that is the case. Because king speaks how he had given freedom to the members of this family. They had been appointed as government heads, as the tax collectors in different places, and several, whatever, thousands of kanas and all they got. King did not look into the affairs. Just like our family members, like rich man is there and his family members, son, wives, they take a lot of his money and they spend it here and there. The man does not even ask about that. Typical Indian family, the husband may ask, stingy fellow. But otherwise, in rich people's houses, you must have seen many such families. They have a lot of money and they don't worry about it. Sometimes even the near and dear ones who are not directly part of the family, they also like servants and all use money in this way, that way. It is not so much worried about because a lot of money is there. Just like I heard that some of the Indian boys and girls studying in London, every weekend they fly from London to India because just 7-8 hours journey by flight. Just like many Hyderabad people and Bombay people, they keep going between Hyderabad and Bombay by train. Just overnight journey. You sit there somewhere at 8:40 train in Hyderabad. Next day morning, 9 o'clock you are in Pune or 12 o'clock you are in Bombay. So they keep traveling every weekend because they stay in Bombay and they have job in Hyderabad, or they stay in Hyderabad and the job is in Bombay or Pune. So they keep going every now and then. Money is not a problem. Time is less. So likewise, flight journeys also. Many rich Indian boys and girls, because family affection draws them or pulls them back to in weekends to the family members. And parents are not concerned because a lot of money is there. So similar condition was there in King Prataparudra's relationship with this family of Gopinath Patnaik or Bhavan Rai's family. So he's saying that the king said, I shall absolve Gopinath Patnaik of all his debts, but don't speak of this to the Lord. Simply let him know that all the family members of Bhavanand Rai, including Gopinath Patnaik, are naturally my dear friends. Next, 103rd. Bhavananda Raya Amar, Pujya Garvita, Taraputra Gane Amar, Sahajai Prita. Bhavanand Rai is worthy of my worship and respect. Therefore, I am always naturally affectionate to his sons. इतबोली मिश्र नमस्करी राजा घरे गेला गोपीनाथ हे बड़ जानाय डाकिया अनिला. After offering obeisances to Kashi Mishra, the king returned to his palace and called for both Gopinath and the eldest prince. So now, because it reached height, this conflict between Gopinath Patnaik and Purushottam Jana, and the news went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was disturbed. This was all unaware, unknown to King Prataprudra. And now when Kashi Mishra informed, so much disturbance was there. Then now king wants to take final decision, finish off the matter. So he called for both the party, conflict resolution. But here it's not a conflict resolution because king has his final verdict and he is only going to give the final decision. Purushottam Jana has to just keep quiet. King can do that or some senior can do that if he's in authoritative position. But otherwise we have this conflict resolution, what they call mediator and all. How many of you undergone the course? What they call mediation course? ISKCON Resolve. Okay, ISKCON Resolve. How many underwent? I think it's part of eyelids. Those others have not gone through eyelids or so it is there. It's a big thing. A lot of details are there. We underwent that course. I think many of the things are forgotten also. But I think notes are there. Where they are, I don't know. But I can ask Amshu Prabhu or Davjinita Prabhu or somebody in case required. Maybe. But it's required. If we chant very nicely, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then first and foremost, the conflict in our heart will be resolved. Because only those whose conflict in the heart is resolved, they can resolve the conflict of outside parties, two devotees, two groups of devotees. Otherwise, you are struggling with your own inner conflicts. What can you do to sort out their problem? You'll add fuel to the fire, and the conflict will increase all the more. In fact, it is said also in Vaishnava community, we should not take sides. That Prabhu, you try to understand, he's proper only. You are wrong, or you are correct. He is wrong. Like that, we should not take sides. We have to do it in a proper way, appropriate way. In fact, we ask this person, that person. So, and a lot of details are there. Anyway, we'll not get into that. You can undergo that course only to understand what it is there. But we should not take sides. There are conflicts in Chaitanya Bhagavat. We find Vrindavan Das Thakur describing between Nityanand Prabhu and Advaita Acharya, then Sarvam Bhattacharya and Ramanand Rai. Like that, many conflicts are there. And they would play also, they would have Jalakeli, water sports, and they would throw water on each other, and Mahaprabhu would relish it. So we should not take sides. We cannot say this devotee is proper, that devotee is wrong. So we have to help them to understand themselves that how for better cause they need to sacrifice their, you cannot use the word egoistic tussle, but somehow let it come from their mouth like that. It has to be done in a very sensitively. It's a very delicate subject matter. Delicate. The conflicts are there. Everybody holds on to their opinion. My way is highway. Person convinced against his will remains of the same opinion still. You know the famous story of two scientists, Caesar and this thing, knife. How many of you know? All don't know. All should be knowing. So you know that ultimately the two scientists who had the conflict, the fellow who was for knife, he picked up the scientist who was for Caesar and threw him in a pond. and the fellow did not know how to swim. So he was drowning, slowly, slowly going down. When he drowned fully, he raised his hand out of the water. He could not speak because head was below the water, not drowning. So he made it clear that for cutting, the best object is scissor only, not the knife. And he died. So while dying also, he was convinced of scissor, his opinion to be the best. So like that, people don't give up their opinion very strongly. They hold on. So what we have to do, we have to tell a devotee that your opinion is here and you are here. We two are together and we have to shoot at what is the wrong part of the opinion, etc. Otherwise, person thinks that I am only being shot. Whenever you say, how many of you observed that? Either in others' life or in your own life. When your opinion is discarded and said, this is useless, miss. This is useless, means the opinion is useless. You feel you are only being charged as useless. What? How can that be useless? It's not useless. It is the most useful, whatever contribution I have, or something like that. So we should also, they say, let go and live freely. How many of you heard this? Let go and live freely. Let go means like I'm holding on to this bottle, my bottle, like my opinion. And so let go. Because as long as I'm holding on, I suffer like anything. Somebody's trying to take it away from me. And I'm holding on, my hand is in pain and all that. So let go and live freely. Then you are free. But people don't give up so easily. They will give up the body, but not the opinion. And that's how the next body is confirmed. Next gross body is confirmed because of the subtlest of the subtle elements, false ego. If only one can give up his false ego, then next body he doesn't have to take. No next body for such a person. Lord Kapila says that in 25th chapter of 3rd canto, Jarayati Ashu Ya Kosham Nigharanam Albano Yatha Ulban Analo Yatha. So that subtle body has to dissolve. And subtle body means subtlest of the subtle bodies, subtle part of the bodies, false ego. So if we can give up. Here anyway, there's no option for this Purushottam Jhana. But in our life, what is very important is let go. As much as we are detached, just like recent event of WhatsApp, all have gone through. All are in the same boat. So if you just hold on, nothing, it's required. Because so much of preaching can be done and this. So when superiors are saying, let go. Now we have free birds. You can fly in the sky, sky high, like that. So hope I have not touched upon some very sensitive issue. I will not speak further, I think. Otherwise, I will be short. I want to complete the session also. But at the last moment, at least before we die on the deathbed, in case we are allowed to be on deathbed, sometimes sudden death can occur. Before that last moment, we should have given up all our opinions. This is how it should be. This is how that should be. Even within ISKCON, this is how ISKCON should be run. That is how ISKCON should be run. If you have any opinion, next lifetime you can be born through some ISKCON couple. Grasta couple. And continue your what you call enhancing the ISKCON moment to that ultimate best goal, best achievement that you felt in the previous life would be taking ISKCON to whatever moon or Golokurunda. So give up. Don't give up ISKCON. Be in ISKCON, as Prabhupada said to His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj. Never leave ISKCON. But within ISKCON, don't hold on to some opinion very strongly. Otherwise, you'll have to take another birth. Because some of your opinions will be discarded. In a sense, will not be acceptable. And you'll feel bad at the time of death. Oh, these people did not accept. So, no problem. I will have another opportunity somewhere. And the next opportunity is in the next body only. It has to be through ISKCON couple, maybe, mostly. And then you will say, I am born in ISKCON family. I know from day one what is Prabhupada's desire. And continue the fight. Anyway, so now king has called for both the parties, those who are having, and he There's no mediation. He gave the final verdict. Raja kahe sab kaudi tomare chadilo sei mal jathya dand पाट तुम्हारे तदिलु. The king told Gopinath Patanaik, you are excused for all the money you owe the treasury, and the place known as Malajatya Dandapat is again given to you for collection. That means in that place, whatever the situation, he was a tax collector, that position continues, job continues, and whatever misappropriation of money was done, that is all excused. How king is. आर बार ऐछे न खाई ह राजधन आजी है ते दिलु तोमाय द्विगुण वर्तन. Do not again misappropriate the revenue of the government. In case you think your salary is insufficient, henceforward it will be doubled. Hari bol. How many? This is how much? What do you call blessing? Blessing number 3. First is he continues on his job. Whatever money misappropriation, excuse. Third, salary doubled. Just imagine how much person will be ecstatic. You are all renounced people, so you may not understand. But understand any boy under you who gets such a hike, such a facility in his job place, how much he will be ecstatic. He may forget you also. He may forget to consult you. Prabhu, I like this hike is happening. Should I, because I'm Gaurang Sabha member, should I go for it? Or you feel no, better not. Without your consultation only, he will say yes, thank you. Eta boli neta dhati तारे पाराइला प्रभु आज्ञा लय्याह विदाय तोमादिला. After saying this, the king appointed him by offering him a silken wrapper for his body. Go to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said. After taking permission from him, go to your home. I bid you farewell. Now you may go. So that is just what you call reconfirmation of his continuation of the job as a tax collector, that silken wrapper around his body. Paramarthe Prabhura Krupa Seharahu Dore Ananta Tahara Phala Kebolite Pare. By the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one can certainly become spiritually advanced. Indeed, no one can estimate the results of his mercy. So is this the mercy upon Gopinath Patanaik? These pastimes of Mahaprabhu are very gambhir, very grave, very difficult to understand. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says so. And particularly the pastimes in Antilila are most difficult to understand. You tell me at the end of this chapter, what is your opinion about what happened to Gopinath Patnaik and others? Try to understand whatever our Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is trying to make us understand. No one can estimate the results of his mercy. Rajya Vishaya Falayai Krupara Avhase Tahara Gananakaro Mane Nahi Aise. Gopinath Patnaik achieved the result of kingly opulence due to but a glimpse of the Lord's mercy. Therefore, no one can calculate the full value of his mercy. This is just like Bhukti Lord will give to his devotee just like that. To Sudama, he gave such a royal palatial building with all the opulences. Similarly for Dhruva, despite his not wanting the same earlier desire for which he had gone to forest, but Lord said, no, my desire that you be, because that's how the Lord is. He wants pure devotees to rule over the planet. That is the part of Dharma Samsthapanarthaya. Sambhavami Yoga Yoga. Yesterday means we had been discussing Ram Lila. So after conquering Lanka, he immediately, or before also, he coronated Vibhishan as the next king because he was very pure devotee of the Lord. And Bharat is already a pure devotee, so he could be ruling over Ayodhya. Similarly, Krishna, after killing Kamsa, by default, it was very clear. Agrasen said also that, Lord, now you be the king of Mathura. Lord said, no, we have been cursed in Yaduvamsh. We can't be on the royal throne. So you only be the king. Though Ugrasen knew well that he is very old and he was no match, in a sense, he was defeated by Kamsa. That shloka also says that Ugrasya Paurusham Kim. What was the what do you call manliness or strength or that kind of valor in Ugrasen? But he was defeated by his son only. But Lord said, no, you only continue. Because Ugrasen is a pure devotee of the Lord. Lord said, I will be just your consultant or counselor. That's it. Similarly, Yudhishthir Maharaj was appointed as the next king. It was only because of Krishna that the Pandavas won over Kauravas. Had it not been for Krishna, Pandavas would have never been successful. Jayastu Pandu Putranam Isham Pakshe Janadana. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanudara, Tatra Shri Vijaya Bhutir, Dhruvanitir Matir Mama. Where there is Krishna, the master of the mystic, where there is Arjun, the greatest archer, there only is victory, extraordinary power, morality, etc. So that Krishna is not attached. That's how he is all renounced. He doesn't want anything. Of the six opulences, last one, despite having all the first five, he is not interested in the things for enjoyment. So he awarded to his devotees. Okay, next. 110th. कहाँ चांगे चढ़ाइया लय धन प्राण कहाँ सब छाड़ी से राज्यादि प्रदान. Gopinath Patnaik was lifted onto the changa to be killed, and all his money was taken away. But instead, his debts were excused, and he was appointed collector in the same place. So this kind of reversals will happen in our life also. Sometimes you will be just put down like anything. You will be like no one and nowhere. You will feel like that. But some other time, Krishna will just pick you up and put you on highest levels. So depending on what is best for us, Krishna will do that for us. We should have full faith. Neither in the low phase of our life, low phase means apparently in a very lowly position or completely neglected, or in other side, other time when we are completely uplifted and we are high in the sky. In none of the positions we should get disturbed by sukha and dukkha, get carried away by sukha and dukkha. He says, no, what is that? Sukheshu anudvigna mana, sukheshu vigataspurha. Dukkheshu anudvigna mana, sukheshu vigataspurha. Vitaraga bhaya krodha, stitadhir muniruchyate. Yes. Other also, harsha, marsha, bhaya, what is that? In 12th chapter also he says that. Samadukha sukha kshami. Huh? Yasman no dvijate lokaha, lokan no dvijate choyaha. So, basically be equipoised. And whatever is required by the Lord for the Lord's service, accept it in a very detached way. That last time we discussed, I think, Gopal Ban's story. He is just so subservient to the king. King says that Bengan is, or potato is the best sabji. He says, yeah, nothing like potato. So much available. And next time king said, this is third class, so cheap. Yeah, it's useless, potato. What is there in that? What producing? Our Brahmachari language. And then he said, Bengan is the best. He said, yeah, brinjal. No sabji like brinjal. So looks so shining, so glossy and all that. And then king said, no, it's very useless sabji. So yeah, it's all useless. Begun. No gun in that. Something like that. King said, whose servant are you? Which sabji you are for? So I am not for any sabji. Whatever is your opinion is my opinion. Karishe Vachanam Tava. Very difficult actually, because the false ego comes in between as a big barrier, and we just can't accept anyone's opinion, including our own spiritual master, initiating spiritual master's opinion also. By Lord's grace, many of us are not in that condition where he is in the management. He's far off, he's far away. But if we are put in a situation where he is into management, just above us or little above us, then we'll have so many things to say that Guru Maharaj does not understand. His age is gone, means his era is gone. This is previous generation. Mind will think all these things. Because of the false ego, it's very, very difficult to accept anyone else's opinion as the truth and keeping aside one's own opinion. Very difficult. But if only we could do that, then for such a person, no next body, no next birth. Yad gatva ananaivartante. He will go back to Golok Vrindavan. So here he can see where he was about to die only, and everything that he under his mama was already taken, and aham, the body, was about to go away. Now the body is also protected, and that mama, whatever was his, that is about to go, that is all obtained back now. That was gone already, that is obtained back, and double the salary. So all these ups and downs will be there in life. Everybody will be tested. Nobody will be spared. All of us will be subjected to these things. And the test we have to stand for that test. That strength will come from sadhana only. Every day morning. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. As much as we don't struggle in chanting, in a sense, we don't put endeavors in chanting, that much in the daytime in our services, especially these clashes, ego clashes, we'll have to struggle like anything. Be they clashes be with devotees or the people outside, depending on what services we have. Sometimes we are just dealing with devotees only. Some of us may be dealing with outsiders also, purchase, maybe kitchen department or maintenance department. So all these people, whosoever they are, inside society, outside society, ego clashes will trouble like anything. If we don't struggle in the morning chanting, 99% of advancement depends on chanting. 99% if we struggle in chanting in the morning, then only 1% struggle in the daytime with the people around us, be devotees or outsiders. So that's a better struggle in chanting, because struggling in chanting you get Krishna only, whereas not struggling in chanting in the morning, morning is whenever we chant, but mainly we chant in the morning, then daytime will have a lot of struggle and not easy to. Without Krishna, we cannot conquer in any battle. There's to Pandu Putrana Mesham Baksha Janadan. Pandu Putras will be successful only because Krishna is on their side. So we have to bring Krishna to our side in by endeavoring in chanting. Endeavoring is very pleasing to Krishna. Yatantascha Dridhavrataha. So many places he says that. So we have to struggle. It will be a big challenge. Day after day, the struggle will continue. No matter who you are, how accomplished, how successful, how many projects you have started, how much fund you have collected, and thousands of books or millions of books you have distributed, and under you, thousands of people are initiated. You have opened hundreds of ISKCON temples. You are the president there, or you are ordinary resident here. No matter who you are, everybody has to undergo the struggle. Nobody will be spared. Just like every gold has to pass through that fire and get rid of all the impurities, and the pure gold will shine them. So, like that, everybody has to go through the trial. And it is in one sense continuous. Yesterday, I think Mukundan Prabhu showed that slide. Tukaram Maharaj says, Ratran Divasama Yuddhacha Prasanga Antarmana Bahira Jagata. Day and night we have struggle. Inside mind troubles and outside the world around troubles, people around. Inside our own mind troubles and outside others' minds troubles. Their mind is having one opinion and our mind has another opinion. So outside we have struggle with them, and inside we have struggle with our own mind only. Mind will fluctuate between two things only: Sankalpa and Vikalpa. Accept, reject, accept, reject, accept, reject. How many of you seen what thing you were accepted? After some time you rejected it. You were not for it. All of us have this experience. Some, huh? Except which one? Krishna is the supreme. There's no other option only. Na? So that at least intellectually we are convinced. But still, physically, we don't put so much endeavor for getting Krishna, pleasing Krishna. Okay. So here, now he's put on, earlier he was put on Changa, now he's put on the tax collector position. Like that. Kaha sarvasva vechilai Deyanaya Kaudi कहा द्विगुण वर्तन परायणेत धड़ी. On one hand, Gopinath Patnaik was unable to clear his debt even by selling all his possessions. But on the other, his salary was doubled and he was honored with the silken wrapper. प्रभुर इच्छा नहीं तारे कौड़ी छाड़ाईबे द्विगुण वर्तन करी पुनः विषय दिबे. It was not the desire of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Gopinath Patnaik be excused of his debt to the government, nor was it his desire that his salary be doubled or that he be reappointed collector at the same place. तथापि तार सेवक आसी कैल निवेदन ताते क्षुब्ध हैलयबे Mahaprabhu Raman. When Gopinath Patnaik's servant went to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and informed the Lord of his plight, the Lord was somewhat agitated and dissatisfied. We read all that earlier. Vishaya Sukha Dite Prabhura Nahi Manobal Nivedana Prabhaveha Tabu Fale Etafal. The Lord had no intention of awarding his devotee the happiness of material opulence. Yet, simply because of his being informed, such a great result was obtained. See the language also. Such a great result. He is now again tax collector, double the salary, and all that. But next you see what he presents. Ke kahite pare gaurera acharya swabhav Brahma Shiva Adiyar Napaya Antarbhav. No one can estimate the wonderful characteristics of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva cannot understand the intentions of the Lord. Etha Kashi Mishrasi Prabhura Charane Rajara Charitra Sabha Kaila Nivedane. Kashi Mishra went to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and informed him in detail of all the king's intentions. So, though in one sense he was told not to tell everything, but he has told everything now. प्रभु कहे काशी मिश्रा कि तुम्ही करिला राज प्रतिग्रह तुम्ही आमा कराईला. Upon hearing about Kashi Mishra's tactics with the king, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Kashi Mishra, what have you done? You have made me indirectly take help from the king. In the purport, he says, when the king heard the details of Gopinath Patnaik's unfortunate condemnation, he was induced to excuse his debt, in particular because he felt that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very sorry about this incident. The Lord did not like the idea that the money forfeited to Gopinath Patnaik was indirectly a contribution to him. Therefore, he immediately protested. This was not all the desire of the Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu just did not want to get bothered by all this. If the devotee has misbehaved, let the king do whatever is just. But because Bhavanandra is very dear to him, he did not want unnecessarily other family members to be disturbed. But here all the things were revealed by Kashi Mishra. Mishra kahe Shuna Prabhu Rajar Vachane Akapata Raja E Akapate Raja E Kailani Vedane. Kashi Mishra said, my dear Lord, the king has done this without reservations. Kindly hear his statement. He is clarifying further. Prabhu yena nahi jane Raja amar lagiya 2 laksha kahana kaudi dile ka chhadiya. The king said, speak to the Lord in such a way that he will not think, for my sake, the king has forfeited 200,000 kahanas of kaudis. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should not feel that because of me getting disturbed, king has done all this. This Kashi Mishra is informing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Prabhupada in this purport, 190, gives the details of what is a kaudi and kahanas. Kaudi, you all know. Kaudi? How many of you know? Kaudi. Kaudi means what? Conchal, small one. So it is like Japanese yen or American dollar cent, whatever. In the old medium of exchange, the first unit of currency was a small conch shell called a कौड़ी. बोला ना मेरे पास एक कौड़ी भी नहीं, फूटी कौड़ी भी नहीं, तो यहाँ से आता है वो. Because earlier that was the what they call currency. 4 kaudis made one ganda. 20 gandas made one pana. So one pana is equal to how many kaudis? 80. And 16 panas made one kahana. So one kahana is equal to how many kaudis? 80 into 16. Huh? 1280. Okay. So one kahana is equal to those many kaudis. And Gopinath Patnaik owed the government 200,000 kahanas. So it will go, God knows in what it will go. In crore, na? Around crore, few crore kaudis. The king absolved him of his debt, reappointed him to his post and doubled his salary. Bhavanandera putra sabha mora priyatama iha sabha karyami dekhi atma sama. So King Prataprudra had clarified all these things to Kashi Mishra. Now Kashi Mishra is relating all this to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Inform Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that all the sons of Bhavanand Rai are especially dear to me. I consider them like members of my family. Ataiva yaha yaha dei adhikar khaya piye lute vilai na karo vichar. Therefore, I have appointed them collectors in various places, and although they spend the government's money, eat, drink, plunder, and distribute it as they like, I do not take them very seriously. How many of you do that with your subordinates? You give a lot of facilities to yourself. No one, my God. You are all proving to be Pakka Brahmachari. No one gives facility for your subordinates. Little. You give. Huh? Spiritual gift photo you give. Materially, you don't give them any rights and all that. Huh? Achha. Allow them? Micro control you don't do. How many of you don't do micro controlling? Great. One place I was in, this was several years back. At least, I don't remember how many, but 8-10 years back. So one particular place, camp was going on somewhere in some part, I'll not tell, in India. So there, I was the speaker for some lectures. I was invited. So then they were all youth only. Youth camp was there. Our one of the camps, I don't know which one, Spurti or something. So I was there. So what happened? One particular group was heading the cooking, the kitchen, like that. But then some other issues were coming up. They were lacking manpower. So many things were there. So then the devotee who told me, I said, then why don't you? You are also leader of your voice, na? So why don't you supply your like senior devotees we have, na? Second years, third years, whatever. They are there in camp as volunteers. Why don't you all enter in kitchen because you all are also cooking in your area and help them? Then he said, we suggested them that, we asked them that we could help. They said, no, you are from Pune. We don't want any micromanagement. So when I heard it, my God, it was like shooting on me also because I am also from Pune. Because that preacher, though preaching in another part of India, he was one of our brahmacharis only. Maybe he's hearing the class also. So with him, I also was shot, and entire Pune was shot. We don't want Pune. The Pune means micromanagement. And they were silent there. So and the whole that group only continued cooking, though they were having a lot of difficulties, lack of manpower or whatever. But they said, no, this will be a lot of headache having Pune people become micromanagers. So then I also kept quiet. Though I had nothing to do with the management, I was only supposed to give classes, but then I kept quiet. But Pune is also improving, or whatever. We are becoming more liberal, slowly, but surely. So many devotees raised hand and they have given freedom to their subordinates to some extent at least. We cannot give full freedom. Prabhupada was also not exactly micromanaging, but he was overseeing the affairs of ISKCON. And he was watching. One of the places Prabhupada went and then the devotee complained, Prabhupada, here the accountant is, very, strict. He would give the money, I think, once in a week, something like that. And every penny he would ask, what happened? So Prabhupada was complained about him, and he thought, the devotee, Prabhupada will be chastising him. Prabhupada said, this is how it should be. The accountant should be very strict, very good. He's a very good accountant. And the devotee kept quiet like that. One place Prabhupada went, I think, no? Prabhupada only, no? And then there's so much opulent reception and all that. Prabhupada said, oh, amazing. How you did it? So Prabhupada, it's all your mercy. Then, uh, then he went further in the temple. Then there were a lot of other facilities there for Prabhupada and all. Prabhupada said, how all this? All your mercy, Prabhupada. And Prabhupada thought it in a spiritual way. Yeah, it's by the mercy of Guru only everything flourishes and all the opulence comes down. And then eventually Prabhupada came to accounts department and he found there is no money there. He said, "Arey, where is the money?" Prabhupada said, it's all you, that devotee said, Prabhupada, by your mercy, we spent it for all other things and there's no money in the account. Prabhupada said, "Arey, what foolishness. There should be money in the account department. How will we spend for other things?" So that's why some kind of overseeing is also required. Cannot give full freedom. Especially in the phase, some point of time we may give freedom. That formula for raising children, lalayat panchavarshani, dashavarshani tadayat, praptetu shodasha varshe, putra mitravat acharit. For the first 5 years, give a lot of love. Like when we cultivate anyone, no matter what mistakes they commit, we forgive everything. And we always encourage, come for yatra, come for morning program, come for prasad, come for this one. But once they come, kind of take shelter, whatever shelter you call it, Guru Ashray, Prabhupada Ashray, some particular level, they come to. Then we start disciplining them also. So many statements you might have heard that somebody was asked, why don't you come inside the ISKCON, whatever, center or temple? He said, no. As long as you remain outsider, these people treat you so nicely. They give you Mahaprasad. Once you come shift inside, then I have seen how the devotees are treated. So much they are chastised and they are not given any facility. So this is though told in a very sarcastic way. We have to understand this is required also because discipline is there in the next phase. Certainly, it should not be done in a very harsh, cruel, or insensitive, inhuman way. But discipline means some restrictions are put on the person. So that is next phase of 10 years, from the age of 6 to 15. The child has to be disciplined. And then once he reaches the age 16, praptetu shodasha varshe, putra mitravat acharit. Then the freedom should be given. Like that. Just like Brahmana. Brahman, now so many devotees got Brahman initiated. Brahmana means independent thinker. So, but still, he should not become independent. It will be a big problem. So that's why if he is really independent thinker, in a sense, he's using the independence in a proper way, then the independence is just. Otherwise, if he's misusing the independence, then again some restrictions have to be put on him. Otherwise, he'll become completely independent. He should be independent thinker. He should not be independent. So that all has to be understood. So here the king is saying that I do not take them very seriously. That means how they eat, sleep, or whatever money they use. Raja Mahindara Raja Kainu Ramarai Ye Khaila Ye Badila Nahi Lekhadai. I made Ramanand Rai the governor of Rajamahendri. There is practically no account of whatever money he took and distributed in that position. So Rajamundri, what we know currently, earlier was named as Rajamahendri. Gopinatha Eimata Vishaya Kariya Duichari Laksha Kahana Raheta Khaya. Having been appointed collector, Gopinath, in the same way, also generally spends 200,000 to 400,000 kahanas as he likes. Just like we have pocket money. How many of you are given pocket money by your parents, Miss Father, in childhood? We all have Indian father, so may not be much like that. No pocket money. How many of you got pocket money or at least on your bank? How many of you stayed in hostel? So that time at least something must have been put in your bank, no? Isn't it? By father, because he cannot every now and then come. So, because he has faith that this fellow will not misuse the money. and for appropriate purposes, college or related things. So that is given. And father may not do micromanagement of all that. How many of your father did micromanagement? He asked for every penny in one sense, or your money kept in the bank, how you spent. No one. So that shows. By that time, we were grown up also, whatever 15 age, 16 age, 17, 18. So father had faith that so much money have put in his education, 1 lakh, 2 lakh. So that 20, 30,000 rupees, he will not misuse, hopefully, like that. Though some boys misuse. I don't know whether to tell or not, but like I had been going to IIT Dhanbad. So around IIT Dhanbad, so many drug selling peddlers are there. My God, so many boys and girls take so much of drugs, so much. They make them addicted by putting it in some foodstuffs in the thing. And the boy doesn't even know, the girl may not know. And eventually they get addicted. And once they get addicted, they have to have it. So much so that one of the devotee sons of our devotee, he was studying there and his roommate. So he said, give me 4,000 rupees. I need 1 kilo of, what is that? I don't know what, hashish or, huh? What? What they call? One of the drugs, ganja or something like that. So, and his devotee was wondering what to do. I think he asked his parents and they gave also some money because that boy just could not remain without that ganja or whatever. And it is something like 4,000 rupees kg. So he wanted 1 kg stock for few days, something. So, so such boys may get carried away, boys and girls. So many are there. In fact, if you know SRM, Chennai, NIT Warangal also. One girl went to pub, what do you call that? Pub, what do you call? And she drank so much. Somehow she came out of that wine shop or whatever that. And then she sat in the auto and told the fellow, take me to girls' hostel, NIT Warangal. And in the auto only she fainted, unconscious because so much she drank. Fortunately, this fellow brought her to NIT Warangal girls' hostel, and all the people were shocked. Her girlfriends came, somehow picked her up. Somebody paid him, and she was taken in that condition only to the hostel. If some another man would have been there, he would have molested her. Fortunately, he did not do that. He was a good person. So, such kind of people, when the people go uncontrolled in their senses, then some kind of restrictions have to be put, even if they are beyond 16 then. So here he says, having been appointed collector, Gopinath in the same way also generally spends 200,000 to 400,000 kahanas as he likes. Kichu de, kichu na de, na kari vichar, jana sahita apritte, dukha paila e bar. Gopinath Patnaik would collect some and pay some. He would, whatever he collects, some he will pay, spending it at will. Whatever he wants, he may do. But I would not consider this very seriously. This time, however, he was put into trouble because of a misunderstanding with the prince. First time it happened. Here, Prince Purushottam Jana was involved in the whole affair, and king was unaware. Jana eta kaila, iha moi nahi jano, Bhavanandera putra sabe, Atma samamano. The prince created this situation without my knowledge, but actually I consider all the sons of Bhavanand Rai to be like my relatives. Tahalagi dravya chadi, iha mat jane, sahaje mora priti, hayataha sane. Because of my intimate relationship with them, I have absolved Gopinath Patnaik of all his debts. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not know this fact. Whatever I have done is because of my intimate relationship with the family of Bhavananda Rai. How many of you feel that if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not involved in the same, in this case at all, and eventually King Prataprudra would have come to know of this situation, King Prataprudra would have allowed, he would have forgiven Gopinath Patnaik. How many of you feel like that? Did you understand my question? Here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to know, and it appears like out of love for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this Prataprudra forgave Gopinath Patnaik for all that. Let's say Mahaprabhu never came to know, and king came to know before the death of Gopinath Patnaik. Then king would have forgiven Gopinath Patnaik. How many of you feel so? How many of you feel no, Mahaprabhu, I'm sorry, Pratap Rudra would have said, hell with him, let him go and die only. You can use the microphone. Is it on? Check.
Whatever money was spending, he would have collected him. But here now, because of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I think the salary was increased, the everything was increased.
But he said, no, see, generally he spends 200,000 to 400,000 kahanas as he likes. Even up to 400,000. Here at least amount is only list. 200,000 kahanas are under question mark. But even up to 400,000 kahanas also king had been not worrying about. So it is not necessary Mahaprabhu. Now certainly his heart is most what you call fully for Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is disturbed. Hell with the whole thing. I will, even if it would have been 40 crore kahanas, he would have forgiven. But in general, he had been what you call merciful to the whole family. Because Bhavanand Rai was elderly, respectable by king also, and he considered them to be his family members only. So got it, no? Yes. Gave? Yes. Yes, that is all because of Mahaprabhu in one sense.
King would never like that the entire family should be in trouble because that son did, he was not knowing. But king wanted the money back. Therefore, he told his son to take the money. Initially, he told his son not to take the money.
Yes, but still, it was not so much an issue.
Correct.
See, here he's saying, na, 200,000 to 400,000 kahanas, na, as he likes, he spends. So it's like up to that point or so, 400,000 kahanas, or let's say 500,000 kahanas, king was not so much concerned. See, he was joked about, na, that he said, na, horses, see, first it became an ego tussle. When ego tussle happens, then it can go to any extent. First of all, he charged the horses, means he, what you call, valued the horses for least price. Least means very less. The horses were very good horses. And he gave very less value of the horses. Then, because he also had a lot of freedom, Gopinath Patnaik, so he also joked with him. Because like, family members kind of, that kind of treatment was given. So he said, oh, my horses are not like that idiosyncrasy he had. So they are very good horses. That means anybody who does like this, you indirectly said. So he felt insulted. Understand? Like all of us have that idiosyncrasy, whatever. Let's say it's too typical and too strange, and somebody points it out. You'll feel bad, no? You'll feel bad or not?
There must be something because before like he teased him afterward when he give the punishment and this thing that his son.
These things are unknown to King Pratap Rudra. That Purushottam Jana has released an order to soldiers, raise him to Changa and throw him there. This is not known to king. If he knew it, he would have said, what is this? For some money, why are you killing him? It's a death only, na? On the rotating swords. If one is thrown, he will be cut in million pieces. Certainly the whole thing, here the catalyst is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knows and is disturbed. That is true. No doubt. That's why, as he is saying, the salary is doubled and all that stuff. But otherwise, king was not so much bothered about this much amount. Okay. So he's saying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not know this. Whatever I have done is because of my intimate relationship with the family of Bhavanand Rai. Shuniya Raja Ravinay Prabhura Ananda Hena Kale Aila Tatha Raya Bhavananda. Hearing this, whatever Kashi Mishra said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy by seeing the humility also of the king. Then that is the time Bhavanand Rai came there. Panchaputra Sahite Asi Padila Charane Uthaya Prabhutare. Kaila Alingane. Bhavan Rai came with all his 5 sons. His Pandu and his 5 sons are Pancha Pandavas, Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun. Arjun is Ramanand Rai and Nakul Sahadev. And he fell at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu raised him up and embraced him. Ramananda Raya Adi Sabai Milila Bhavananda Raya Tabe Balite Lagila. Thus Ramananda Rai, all his brothers and their father met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Bhavananda Rai began speaking. Tomara Kinkarayai Sabamora Kula Ye Vipade Trakhi Prabhu Punha Nila Mula. All these members of my family, he said, are your eternal servants. You have saved us from this great danger. Therefore, you have purchased us for a proper price. So earlier, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned from South Indian tour, one by one devotees joined him, like Govind came and one by one Swarup Damodar. So one of the personalities who came was Bhavanand Rai. He came with 4 sons because Ramanand Rai was still then in Rajmundry. When Mahaprabhu on the return journey requested, please come, said the king has sanctioned my release from the service, etc. But there are a few things that I need to do. It will take 4 or 5 days. You proceed, O Lord. I'll join you in 4 or 5 days. So that is the time Bhavananda Rai had approached Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. So that's why Ramananda Rai was not there. So with the 4 sons, he offered himself with whole family. And Mahaprabhu appreciated that you are Pandu, your wife is Kunti, all your 5 sons are 5 Pandavas, you are eternally my associates, etc. And that is the time Mahaprabhu accepted Bhavananda Rai's offer. What did he offer? Vaninath Patnaik, one of his sons, fully in the service of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Prabhupada says, this is how every Indian, in one sense at least, offer one of their sons fully, full-time devotee in the service of Mahaprabhu. Basically, Brahmachari. Every Indian should give one of his sons as a Brahmachari for Lord Chaitanya's mission. Prabhupada, when he earlier, before going to West, when he visited so many Indians, requested them, sir, you have 5 sons. Give me one of your sons. I'll train him as a Brahman. He will assist me in this propagation of the mission and it will be beneficial for him also. But none of the Indians agreed. Not even one person agreed. What a calamity. And in the West, they were already there. They had rejected their sons and they were perverted renunciates. They were all sannyasis, but perverted. And Prabhupada's mercy, by accepting wholeheartedly Krishna consciousness process, they became perverted, then proper renunciates. And Prabhupada got help. So similar thing is happening here also. So he's saying, and here you have saved us from this great danger. Therefore, you have purchased us for a proper price. Because yathamam prapadyante. Lord deals with his devotees the way they surrender. So here they all were already surrendered, but in these times of calamity, they exhibited their full shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by always remaining steadily fixed on Mahaprabhu's shelter only. They did not try for any mundane way, mundane endeavor to get released from all that. Just like Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had asked somebody, what was Vaninath Patnaik doing when they were in this trouble? And there it was Hare Krishna Mahamantra revealed that he was continuously chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Mahaprabhu was very pleased. Okay, in such times of difficulty, when they are about to die or whatever, Vaninath is chanting holy name. And likewise, Bhavanand Rai and all others. So Mahaprabhu was very pleased. So sometimes Lord may put us in danger and enhance our devotional practice. How many of you found that when you went through some trouble in spiritual life, you became better? Maybe through this WhatsApp only, we became somewhat better, or some other calamity, you went through. So you become very powerful, at least more powerful than earlier, like that. So very good. In preaching especially, you go through a lot of troubles. Serving Vaishnavas also through kitchen department and DT department, schedulers, they also have to undergo a lot of trouble. Any kind of selfless service, we get purified. We make advancement. When we extend ourselves for others, Through preaching, we extend ourselves for conditioned souls or regular devotees, or similarly, Vaishnava Seva through all these kitchen department or other things. And so then, because we are keeping others in center for their sake, we extend. So we get purified in the process like that. So we should have full-fledged engagement in such selfless services. Otherwise, by default, the setting is we tend to be selfish. We keep ourselves in center and everything nice, like that. That's why it is good to not be in one place only, unless fully fixed on serving Vaishnavas. Like our kitchen department devotees, they are serving so many Vaishnavas, and so many dynamics are there. So many complaints keep coming, and no matter what, one person will give such a heavy complaint on your face only, or to some authority above, without consulting you, and it will be so painful. So in such services, we will get purified and we will not be so focused on ourselves. Otherwise, better keep moving, keep preaching, go to your center and get purified there. Otherwise, staying in temple only, in ashram particularly, we will look for facilities. Where to put my gamcha, where to put my dhoti, and where is my bathing place. This is my bathroom. And why this fellow is taking bath there? Should get out. He does not know I'm sick, or I sick, SEEK sick. I sick this bathroom always and I get it always. But now he is there. A toilet also. Everybody. How many of you have fixed toilet which you use generally, unless occupied? So you see, So, that tendency is there in us, because that toilet has some facility. The commode is not slopey like that. It doesn't have a slope, and the bucket is very nice. Not a dirty bucket. Our bucket has a handle, though you don't need a handle only, but that bucket has a handle. This is a clean bucket. Mm. Otherwise, if you see, all toilets have same. How the latch is very good quality latch of your liking, steel one or maybe plastic one. Mind is so crazy; it gets into such petty things of life, and you'll get stuck there only. Hope we will not be born as a cockroach in that latch who keeps moving freely without dying there every time it is operated. So that's why move on, move to some place, go somewhere, preach. Don't be in one place. They say na, that moving water is clean. What they say? बहता पानी और चलता चलता सागर साधु. अच्छा, बहता पानी और चलता साधु कभी खराब नहीं होता. घोड़ा, हॉर्स. ओके, एक जगह पे बैठा रहा तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा, बीमार हो जाएगा. यस. सो चलता घोड़ा, चलता साधु, बहता पानी, they remain clean and without disturbance to others. So make sure we are not घोड़ा anyway, but साधु तो है ही हम. तो चलते रहो आप, चलते रहो, चलते रहो, नहीं तो समस्या हो जाएगी. पंच भक्तवात्सल्य एबे प्रकट करिला पूर्वे न पंच पांडवे विपदे तारिला. You have now demonstrated your love for your devotees, just as when you previously saved the 5 Pandavas from great danger. So Pandavas went through what not? Aho kashtam, aho anyayam, yadyuyam, dharmanandanaha. What is the next line? Jevitam narhattu nishtha. Vipradharma chutashraya. Oh my God, what kind of kashta, troubles and anyay, injustices you all went through. Though you are the sons of Dharmaraj, you are saved only because of your taking shelter of Vipradharma and Achyut, Brahmanas, Lord and religion. That. So Pandavas were also. Netadhati mathe Gopinath charane padila Rajara Krupa Vruttanta Sakala Kahila. Gopinath Patnaik, his head covered with the silken wrapper, fell at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and described in detail the king's mercy toward him. Baki Kaudi Vada Ara Dviguna Vartana Kaila Punaha Vishaya Diya Neta Dhati Paraila. The king has excused me for the balance due. He said, he has reappointed me to my post by honoring me with this silken cloth and has doubled my salary. So he is giving report. Kaha changero upara sei marana pramad kaha neta dhati punaha ye sab prasad. I was lifted upon the changa to be killed, but instead I was honored with this silken cloth. This is all your mercy. But see, wait, अभी अरे क्या पागल आदमी है बोल रहा है महाप्रभु आपकी कृपा से डबल सैलरी हो गया. वेट वेट, हियर नेक्स्ट. चांगेर ऊपरे तोमार चरण ध्यान कैलू चरण स्मरण प्रभावे यही फल पाइनु. On the Changa, I began meditating upon your lotus feet, and the power of that remembrance has yielded all these results. Wait, still wait. Don't form opinion about Gopinath Patnaik. See, whenever we get some information about devotee, we tend to form opinion about him. What they call? Prejudices are there, or perceptions. If you already have perceived the devotee to be particular way, and you get to hear something more related to that, then you immediately your perceptions become stronger. Yeah, he's like this only, he's bad only, or worst only, he's like this only, insincere only. So wait. That's why hearing all the details are very important. Now here we have not gone through the entire detail, what is going to speak next. But we will feel, yeah, what a nonsense this Gopinath Patnaik. एक तो सब सैलरी स्वीकार किया सब कुछ, और अभी महाप्रभु को जाके बोल रहे हैं. महाप्रभु पता नहीं क्या वो न्यासी शिरोमणि है, ऐसे कैसे बोल सकता है? नो वेट. On the Changa, I began meditating upon your lotus feet, and the power of that remembrance has yielded all these results. Loke chamatkar more ye sab dekhiya prashanse tomara kripa mahima gaiya. Struck with wonder by my affairs, the populace is glorifying the greatness of your mercy. The populace is also fallen souls, maybe. No, wait. किंतु तुम्हारा स्मरणेरा न है यही मुख्य फल फलाभास यही याते विषय चंचल. See, now your perception will be removed, prejudice. However, my lord, these are not the principal results of meditating upon your lotus feet. Material opulence is very flickering. Therefore, it is simply a glimpse of the result of your mercy. So he understands what is proper mercy. So purport. One can achieve the highest perfection of life simply by meditating upon the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Generally, people are concerned with the four religious principles, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. However, as indicated Srimad Bhagavatam, dharma, projita, kaitavatra, success in these four kinds of material and spiritual gain are not the true results of devotional service. The true result of devotional service is the actual development of one's dormant love for Krishna in every circumstance. By the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gopinath Patnaik could understand that the material benefits he had achieved were not the ultimate result of meditating upon his lotus feet. The true result comes when one is detached from material opulences. Therefore, Gopinath Patnaik prayed to the Lord for such detachment. So detachment, let go and live freely. Next, many more things he will say. Raya Rame Gwaninath Raya Rama Raye Gwaninathe Kaila Nirvishay Sai Grupa Mote Nahi Yate Aiche Hoy. Your real mercy has been granted to Ramanand Rai and Vaninath Rai, for you have detached them from all material opulence. I think that I have not been favored by such mercy. See how he is also detached. Shuddha Krupa Kara Gosai Gucha Habishai Nirvinna Hainu Mote Vishayana Hoy. Kindly bestow upon me your pure mercy, so that I may also become renounced. I am no longer interested in material enjoyment. That they have no two terms, Sakapata Krupa and Nishkapat Krupa. Akapat, okay, Nishkapat Krupa. So Sakapat Krupa means giving some material opulences, whereas Nishkapata Krupa means taking it all away, and then one is exclusively left to depend fully on Krishna, that I take his things gradually. Yasyaham anugrahanami harishe tad dhanam shanai. One upon whom I shower my causeless mercy, slowly I deprive him of material opulences. And when he is with such no opulence position, all the family members, relatives, friends, they will all leave. And then he cannot depend on anyone but me. So that is Nishkapata Krupa. So he is also praying for such Nishkapata Krupa. I'm no longer interested in material enjoyment. And this is not a show, by the way. Don't think, Are sab band rahe abhi. Band nahi rahe wo. He means it. He's saying Ram, Rai, and Vadinath, they got such mercy. Prabhu kahe sannyasi abe haiba panchajan kutumba bahulya tomar ke kare bharan. See, Mahaprabhu, nobody can cheat. Chato Shathyam is the best cheater among all the cheats. So nobody can cheat Mahaprabhu. So what Mahaprabhu is saying? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, if you all adopt the renounce order and lose interest in dealing with pounds, shillings, and pence, who will take charge of maintaining your large family? Because it is Mahaprabhu's family only, na? All are devotees. Devotees are Lord's family members. Krishna samsara kori chadiya nachar Jivve doya Krishna nam sarva dharma sar. So devotees family is Krishna's family. So if everybody becomes renounced sannyasi in your family, who will maintain this large family? Mahavishayakara kiba virakta udas janme janme tumi pancha morani jadas. Whether you are involved in material activities or become completely renounced, you five brothers are all my eternal servants, birth after birth. So these things don't matter. He says, na, Gruhe thake vane thake sadari bole daku. Okay, okay. Bhakti purport. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur comments that one should always remember that he is eternally a servant of Krishna. This is very good. If you are counseling grihasthas, you should counsel this based on this purport. Whether one is engaged in material activity involving pounds, shillings, and pence, or is in the renounce order, he should always think that he is an eternal servant of God, for that is the real position of the living being. Both taking sannyas and dealing in pounds, shillings, and pence are external affairs. In any condition, one should always consider how to please and satisfy Krishna. Thus, even if one is involved in great material affairs, he will not become attached. As soon as one forgets that he is an eternal servant of Krishna, he becomes involved in material attachments. However, if one is always conscious that Krishna is the Supreme Master and that he is an eternal servant of Krishna, he is a liberated person in any condition. Entangling material activities will not affect him. So his body will be in the material affairs, but his soul, his mind will be at the lotus feet of Krishna because he understands I am Krishna's Nityadas. Kintu mora kariha eka agya palan vyayana kariha kichu raja ramula dhan. However, just obey one order from me. Do not spend any of the king's revenue. Purport. When a person forgets his position as an eternal servant of Krishna, he commits many sinful activities. But one who maintains his position as an eternal servant of Krishna cannot deviate from the path of morality, religion, and ethics. At the present, people all over the world, especially in India, have forgotten their relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his eternal servants. Therefore, the principles of morality, religion, and ethics have almost disappeared. This situation is most unprofitable for human society. Therefore, everyone should try to accept Krishna consciousness and follow the principles of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu is requesting him, do not spend any king's revenue. Raja Ramula Dhana Diya Ye Kichu Labhya Hai Sai Dhana Kariha Nana Dharme Karme Vyai. First, you should pay the revenue due the king. Now Mahaprabhu is still does not want devotee. Just like this, what they say? Wife should be above the suspicion. Caesar's wife should be above suspicion. So the devotee who is surrendered to Krishna, he should not be doubted by anyone. So first, you should pay the revenue due the king. The king forgave, but you should pay back. And then you may spend the balance for religious and fruitive activities. Asamadvaya na kariha yate dui lok jai eta boli sabakare dile na vidai. Don't spend a farthing for sinful activities, for which you will be the loser both in this life and the next. After saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bade them farewell. Rayera ghare prabhura krupa vivarta kahila bhaktavatsalya guna yate vyakta haila. Thus, the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was spoken of in the family of Bhavanand Rai. That mercy was clearly demonstrated, although it appeared to be something different. Purport: the result of advancement in spiritual knowledge is not material improvement, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised Gopinath Patnaik how to use material opulence without incurring reactions to sinful life. From this advice, it appeared that the Lord encouraged Gopinath Patnaik to enhance his material condition. Actually, however, he did not. In fact, this was but a manifestation of his great affection for his devotee. Sabaya Alingya Prabhu Vidaya Bedila Haridhwani Kari Saba Bhakta Uthi Gela. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced them all and bade them farewell. Then all the devotees got up and left, loudly chanting the holy name of Hari. Prabhu Ragrupa Dekhi Sabara Haila Chamatkar Tahara Bujite Nare Prabhura Vyavahar. Seeing the extraordinary mercy the Lord granted to the family of Bhavanand Rai, everyone was struck with wonder. They could not understand the behavior of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How many of you understood Mahaprabhu's behavior? Okay. We can understand. Okay. Tara sabe yadi kripa karite sadhila ama haite kichu nahe Prabhu tabe kahila. Indeed, when all the devotees had requested the Lord to bestow his mercy upon Gopinath Patnaik, the Lord had replied that he could do nothing. Earlier, purport: when a person is sinful, he loses both the chance for spiritual advancement and the chance for material opulence. If one enjoys the material world for sense gratification, he is certainly doomed. Advancement in material opulence is not the direct mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nevertheless, it indicates the indirect mercy of the Lord. For even a person too attached to material prosperity can gradually be detached and raised to the spiritual platform. Then he can offer causeless, purified service to the Lord. That Chaturvida Bhajante Mam. So Lord allows them that facility, because once they are done with that problem, they may surrender to Krishna wholeheartedly also. When Shri Chaitanya said, Atma ama haite kichu nahe, it is not my business to do anything, he set the ideal example for a person in the renounced order. If a sannyasi takes the side of a Vishayi, a person engaged in material activities, his character will be criticized. Shukla vastre masi bindu jaise na lukaye, sannyasira alpachidre sarvaloka gaye. Just like a small stain of ink on the white cloth cannot be hidden, similarly, a little loophole in the character of a sannyasi will be spoken in an ill way, in the whole world. A person in the renounced order should not take interest in material activities, but if he does so out of affection for a particular person, that should be considered his special mercy. So sannyasi doesn't have anything like that. He is materially dead, socially dead. But we see Prabhupada got his disciples married, personally arranged marriages. He got them married and all that because of his special affection, special mercy on them. Gopinathera ninda ara apana nirved ei matra kahila ihara nabhujibe bhed. I have simply described the chastisement of Gopinath Patnaik and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's indifference, but the deep meaning of this behavior is very difficult to understand. Kashi Mishre na sadhila, Rajare na sadhila, Udyoga vina Mahaprabhu, Etafala dila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave so much to Gopinath Patnaik without directly making request of either Kashi Mishra or the king. Chaitanya Charitra yei Parama Gambhir Seibuje Tarapade Yaramanadhir. The intentions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are so deep that one can understand them only if he has complete faith in service to the lotus feet of the Lord. So Mahaprabhu's intentions are very difficult to understand. Ye iha shune Prabhura Vatsalya Prakash Prema Bhakti Pai Tara Vipada Jayanash. Whether or not one understands it, if one hears of this incident concerning the activities of Gopinath Patnaik and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's causeless mercy upon him, certainly he will be promoted to the platform of ecstatic love for the Lord. And for him, all dangers will be nullified. Haribo! So don't worry whether you understood or not. You get the same result. Last verse. Shirupa Raghunatha पदेयार आश चैतन्य चरितामृता कहे कृष्णदास. Praying at the lotus feet of Shri Rup and Shri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purport to Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, until the 9th chapter describing the deliverance of Gopinath Patnaik and the manifestation of Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's causeless mercy to his devotee. Haribo. So sorry for extending 5-6 minutes, but I wanted to complete the chapter also. So any question? The question is, please end. What was the mercy? Vaninath Mahaprabhu just checked when he was in that precarious condition. What was he doing? And when he heard that he was chanting the holy name of the Lord continuously, Mahaprabhu was pleased with him. Because he had taken association of Mahaprabhu so much. He was offered after South Indian tour as this personal servant. Not exactly personal servant, but assistant to Govind. So, Acha, you are asking about earlier. Oh, okay. Mahaprabhu accepted him in his entourage because Govinda was personal servant. That was order of Ishwarpuri only while departing from this world. But kind of assistant is good also. Particularly, Vaninath Patnaik would always bring Mahaprasad of Lord Jagannath and would serve the devotees. Govinda was like personally cooking for Mahaprabhu and doing many things. But Vaninath Patnaik service would be to get Mahaprasad and serve other devotees. So he was in that entourage of Mahaprabhu. Another one was Kashishwar Pandit. That was another disciple of Ishwarpuri. Both of them were told. So he would be, whatever you call, taking care of crowd, would be surrounding Mahaprabhu and would block his activities. So say, Haribol, give way. So Vaninath Patnaik was intimately associated with Mahaprabhu. Any other? Can even nobody will ask question? I should not dare to ask question whether anybody has a question. We have already exceeded time. Thank you all very much. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Shri Gopinath Patnaik ki jai.